Hey guys, hello, welcome to the costume video. Probably the better video out of the two, I'll be honest. I recorded the other video late last night around 3 in the morning, so if I sounded tired, if I sounded kind of weird, it's probably why, and it's probably affected my fighting capabilities just a tad. I'm not trying to make an excuse, but I just want to say it might have affected me some way. So it's early in the morning now, because I went to bed. I'm going to go show you the costume I made. First things first, we're going to start with the head type. I picked humanoid. This is the main part of the face, by the way. Humanoid. Demonic 2. Oily skin. Oily skin actually makes it to where you can, gives you a better idea what it looks like on metal. But oily skin lets you illuminate some pieces of the costume. So I was able to illuminate his face, like his eyes, and his mouth. I try to make it look somewhat like a beard, maybe, just because of the texture and all the lines on it. And I made his skin black, but you can make it like white. Let's see, change it to white. Change it. See, as you can see, it's actually a face that's all wrinkly, kind of weird looking. But the way I try to make it, illuminated somewhat. Keep it that way. I thought it looked kind of cool. Some might not like it. I thought it was interesting the way it all works out. So I did that. Headwear, I'm using a Norse helmet, which is from the C store. It's noseless, meaning there's no nose piece. They do have a nose piece one here. I guess I could have gone with that, but I went with this. Made of metal. And the colors I'm using are a white and a... Let's see, where's this one at? This color here, like a gold color, and I'm using this like a darker kind of gold down here to offset it a bit. Hairstyle, he doesn't have a hairstyle, he doesn't have any hair. Eyes, I made black. I didn't make him glowing, just made him complete, just solid black. I use pupil only because if I use like basic, you get this white color on the eyes, and I want something that was just a flat, just black. So I went with pupil only. Eye accessory, there is none. Mouth accessory, there is none. I thought about a beard, but I couldn't make it glow, so I didn't really want... I could give him a cool mustache, I'll be honest with you. That looks pretty cool, but I didn't go that route. Top accessory, I used a ridge crest, also from, I believe, the Norse set. And I thought that looked nice. Right there. Side accessory, wings feathered. I'm not sure if this comes off a, let's see, what does it say it comes off anything? Wings feathered, no. So you might be able to get it naturally, not naturally, normally, or you might have to buy one of those costume packs, like the big assortment of things. Maybe it's in there, I don't know. But I use that. I was going to use dragon wings, but I think the feathered looks better. It also matches the back pieces a lot, and it's also feathers, which matches the chest and the idea of like an angel or like some type of crusader guy, because they always end up having feathers and junk. He has no eyebrows, so there you go. That's for the face. Next, we're gonna go for the chest wear. He's using skin, oily skin. I wanted to have some kind of shine to it. You can't really tell, but if you take all his clothes off, which I'm not going to do, you can tell. Ooh, a little laggy there. That's a little shiny. I used swirled scars, which I think is from a Halloween set or some type of vampire set. I don't quite remember. Halloween creatures set. Yeah, okay. And I used this. I really wanted it to be glowing. I thought you could glow it, but there's no option to make this thing glow, so I kind of messed that up. But I still liked it anyway. Thought it looked a bit ornate. Chest layer is the bird armor from my, I believe, 900-day veteran reward. Looks kind of like a space marine chest, but I'm using that. So the only way to get this is to subscribe for 900 days or to buy a lifetime account, which is kind of bad. I think they should have this available anyway, no matter what, but it's the way it goes sometimes. Neck, I'm using a cowl tight. I made it metal and I made it gold. I was making it white, but I thought gold would be nice to offset the colors there, and I think it looked pretty good. And emblem, no emblems. bracers, I'm using the armor Nephilim. You get this as a costume drop of Avora Bay from the Nephilim guys. There's different patterns. You can go for, you know, basic, broken. I went with the clean with the pattern on it. I thought the pattern looked nice. And shoulder pads, same thing. Square plate from the Nephilim. And there's different patterns as well. I went with the one with the design on it for the third color option. I thought it looked good. Arm accessories, I used the bird people elbow thing for the point. I try to mimic the point on the shoulders just to have it here on the elbow. I guess that made sense. I thought it felt kind of naked without any shoulder armor there. I mean elbow armor. So I went with that. Back piece, I went with big angel wings. I made it metal. The cutout version, there is a feather version, but I like the cutout because the feather looks a little too blurry for me. I tried to match the colors that were on the side of his head. I think overall it looked pretty good. I used that instead of like actual real wings because I just like the way those looked, how they went up and stuff. And now we're going to go for gloves. We're using the basic shorthand clawed. I wanted clawed for some reason. I think just because I like the way it looks. And I made it gold. And the darker gold, and I made the rivets, the little things here white to match the boots. To add the little white things here. I guess that's where I was going for, what I was going for. I think it turned out okay. I guess I could have made them a solid color, but I wanted this for the more textured detail. For pants, I went with tights, chainmail, a little different. I wanted oiled pants. I thought, now you can get these patterned, the swirled for females on the legs, but I couldn't find them for males, so I'm assuming that either it's lost in translation as far as like what costume pieces are available for genders, or they just don't have it available for men at all. So I just went with chainmail. I guess I could have went with the oiled black skin, but it gives you briefs, and I didn't want the guy to wear any briefs. So I just went with chainmail, just so it's not the same exact texture, but far away it's okay. And if you get up close, it looks like he's wearing pants anyway. You might think he's wearing a shirt, I don't know. I just thought it looked fine the way that all turned out. Like accessories, I didn't pick anything. I thought about it. I really did. It looks a bit naked up there, but I think it turned out okay. I did think about putting what was it? This to make it white, but then his legs to look too fat, and it just didn't gel well. Because if you look at the bracers, they have a trim on them. The top and bottom have a trim. If they actually had like the bracers, but for like a leg accessory, I would have used that. But that piece doesn't exist in the game, so I just didn't pick anything. Feet, I use Armored Knight Spiked. I tend to use this a lot just because it's the only kind of boot that's big, and it has some features I liked. I like the little rivets here. I like the spikes on, even though there's no really spikes on them anyway. The elbow and this right here, but there's really not a lot of spikes anywhere else. But I think this matched pretty well anyway. And let's see, hips layer, I used the Nephilim long. There's also a short version right there. If I used the long version, I thought it would look better. Same thing you get off the Nephilim off of Borbe as a costume drop. And I thought that matched, brought the whole thing together, I thought. And he doesn't have a tail, so nothing there. Weapon, I used a heavy, oh my goodness, Naginata katana. That's okay. I used one of those, and I thought the design, even though the design doesn't match at all, it's more of a swirly-whirly design as opposed to this kind of chain link intersecting design. I still picked it anyway for the size, and it was a sword, different model of a sword. I thought maybe the swirls here kind of match the swirls on an arm, if you want to go that route. There are other weapons I could have picked, but I mean, one thing that's cool about the weapons from the costume pack, this is where it's from, the weapon set. The default ones are dull, they're not shiny. I want a shiny weapon. and this didn't match the demon face and the bat face or whatever with the spiky. It didn't match. And I thought about that, but that didn't match either, and that I can't recolor it that well. And I thought about this, but in the end I didn't pick that. It didn't look like a very good crusader weapon, just looked more like an ornate ceremonial type weapon. So I went through and I just picked that sword just out of process of elimination, not because I really liked it, but that's just the only thing that was available really. And like the little serrated part kind of matched the wings, I guess, if you want to stretch it like that. Scaling, I guess I made his face grim. Normal looks a little too happy there, so I made it grim. And for scaling, didn't really do much to him. I made him tall, I made him muscular. Body mass, not that much. I increased some of his size a little bit, not totally max, but just a little bit to fill him out. And I made his jaw really long, just so if you did perceive this as a beard, it would be a bigger beard. But it still looks kind of like a big chin, which is in essence what it is, but I just originally it was really short, so it looked kind of funny. I wanted like a really long kind of face. And I made his nose really flat. I didn't want to have a big protruding nose. You can still see it, but I didn't want to have like a big pointy nose. I wanted it to be kind of flat, like he didn't have one, or if he did, it'd be really small. And that's about it really, and there you go. That's the costume video, so hopefully that wasn't too boring. And if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you have any criticisms, you can let me know. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you say this costume sucks. That's okay. And thanks for watching, and goodbye.